Okay, hi everybody. Happy Monday. I hope this angle's a little better. Again, you don't need to see my face, you just need to see this. Hope everybody's doing all right. I know some people are bummed out that we don't have the break this week, but like I told my 10th graders, man, if you're not happy about it, call your governor. It's out of my control. I won't be too upset having a week off myself. My son is very upset that he's got to be back doing work the day after Easter himself, so, we got to deal with it. So, let's get right into it. Game theory. Super important, right? I don't want to move on to the kink demand curve until we're pretty good on this. So, this is the first one that we had issues with. This was the situation, the tit for tat versus always cheating and playing the game multiple times. I've never seen multiple year questions as a free response question, but again, we want to understand this stuff. So the first thing was just to draw it up. And your most common mistake there was not showing the payout for the second years going forward, right? A lot of you just showed the 150 from the first year, but not the 90 in the following years, or the 90 and not the 100 in the following years, or the 90 and not the 100 in the following years. Okay, so in this situation, there's two different payouts first year versus all the following years, so you got to show that. And I think that probably would have given you your path to the correct answers. Okay, so the questions were, it was basically the same question twice, just for each player, right? So the first one was talking about player A, I believe, and they said assuming or anticipating that B is always going to cheat, right? And some of you guys were giving me these whole long explanations about they won't do that because the cooperative solution is here, and they're telling you, if they told you that firm A is assuming or anticipating that B is always going to cheat, that's the premise of the question. So you got to go with that, right? Don't make up your own stuff. So if I'm A and I'm assuming, anticipating that these guys are always going to cheat, again, I'm on the side, right? Pull it apart. I'm on the side. My options are up and down, right? So if it's for 1 year, do I want 90 or 100? I want 100. So I'm always going to cheat as well. If this is going to go forward for multiple years, right, and I'm assuming that they're going to cheat, well, then what do I want? Do I want 90 and then a bunch of 100s? Or do I want 100 and then a bunch of 100s? I'd rather have a bunch of 100s rather than a 90 and then a bunch of 100s. Okay? So whether it's for 1 year or multiple years, if I think this guy's going to cheat, I always want to cheat as well. Right? It's the same exact thing for player B. Right? If for player B, they're assuming that A is always going to cheat, and again, I don't want to hear that it'd be better. I know, yeah, the cooperative solution, I get it. But the question is saying that you're assuming that A is always going to cheat. Well, if they're always going to cheat, now I'm on top, pull them apart, right? Pull up, and if you're on top, you go side to side, right? So if I'm side to side and I think this guy's always going to cheat, what do I want? Do I want year 1, 90 or 100? I want 100, I'm going to cheat. If I'm doing this multiple years, do I want 90 and then a bunch of hundreds? Or 100 and a bunch more hundreds? I want 100 and a bunch more hundreds, so I should always cheat as well. All right, so there was also a question, somebody said, at the pants, why you should always cheat. Somebody was questioning why they didn't understand why the person who's cheating would lose out in the second round, right? So it wasn't exactly one of the questions, but just for comprehension purposes, why is this guy who's always cheating? If they're always cheating, they should be doing better, right? No, not necessarily, because this guy's playing tit for tat. If he's playing tit for tat, and this person's always cheating, in the first year, this cheater got 150 more than 130 because that guy was playing it the right way, sticking to the agreement, going tit for tat. When you go tit for tat, you play fair and then you follow, right? So in the second year and every year following, the tit for tat guy, he's going tit for tat. He's following what this guy did. So he's going to cheat as well, right? Which brings his profits up from 90 to 100, and it brings this guy down from 150 to 90. right? Because again, he's cheating now. He wasn't before, so he goes from doing worse to doing better. This guy was cheating, and the other guy wasn't, so he was doing really well. But now they're both cheating, so that brings him down. And again, think about those questions with the olive oil and with the fish and the bottled water, right? You're never going to have to do that on an AP, but it gives you the idea of how these numbers or why these numbers come out to how they are. And even though I just say that, I also want you not to worry about these numbers so much, right? Or why they are what they are, because some people were also questioning, like, well, how are you making less if you're advertising and whatever? Whatever they give you, just go with it, right? Even if it seems like it doesn't make total logical sense, right? As I said, sometimes they show you this with number of deaths from using nuclear missiles. So the lower number is better. We did the prisoner's dilemma, where obviously years in prison, the lower number was better, right? So just go with what they're giving you. Okay, so, and again, that was a little more than you're normally going to be asked for. What you are going to be asked for, I hope, is something like this, which was off the 2015 exam, I think. 2015? Oh, and also, just really quick, this was, mostly I saw this on that question we just did, but I think it's a pretty big deal. A lot of you were going, okay, here's my matrix, and just make things easy, I'll make my quadrants cut up like that. I think that's really confusing as far as who's on top, who's on bottom, right? If you do it that way, it's like, okay, so here's this guy, and here's this guy, but wait, what happens over here? Left, right, up, down, whatever. Keep it simple, man. Always do it the same way. If it takes you 5 extra seconds to draw it, you'll be okay. All right, make a box. And again, on the AP, they'll give you this already. Although the one I'm going to give you later, they do ask you to draw one or sketch one, whatever. But for your own practices, I think it's just so much easier going like this. That way I know left, right, top, bottom, whatever. I know exactly who I'm talking about. Or you just write the numbers themselves, and whoever's on the left is usually the first guy, whoever's on the right is the guy on top. Okay, so this goes from something called Ataburger and beefsteak. All right, and their options were to charge the high price or the low price, and same thing, the high price or low price. Their payouts were as follows: 10, 13, 6 and 14, 12 and 8, and 9 and 7. So again, don't worry about, well, how come if they're making the higher price they get 10, but if they're it is what it is. They gave it to you, right? Don't overthink it. That's I feel like I haven't said enough this year, but for Microman, I think overthinking a lot of this stuff is a big danger. Maybe I did say at the beginning of the year, if I shift my supply, then it shifts my price, and then just do exactly what they're telling you. That's all. All right. Okay, so for the first one, if Ataburger sets a high price, what strategy will beefsteak select, and explain why using the payoff matrix? Okay, so we know that they're going high. What does beefsteak want to do? Easy, right? They want 13 over 14. Stupid, but if you just write, they want to go low, they wouldn't have given you the point, right? Looking at the scoring explanation, which I can't find. If any of you can find it out there, I don't know how it disappeared off the internet, but I have my notes here from whenever I did this. You had to say 14 is more than 13, or they'd be making $1 more. 13 is $1 less than 14, whatever. I know it's insane, but if you didn't write it, I don't think you got the point. Now the second one, it says, does beefsteak have a dominant strategy? Explain using the dollar values. So beefsteak on top, pull it up, looking side to side, right? So if they go high, I'd rather have 14 go low, right? If they go low, I'd rather have 8, right? So because my strategy differs depending on their strategy, beefsteak strategy differs depending on Ataburger strategy, right? If it changes based on what they do, I don't have a dominant strategy. It's not always the same thing, right? And if that's the case, don't have a dominant strategy. That's it. Now for this one, it says explain, and most of you doing this explained well why they don't have a dominant strategy, blah blah blah, whatever. And you did a great job. But and again, I don't have the thing in front of me because I can't find it, but I have my notes where I just wrote that's ridiculous because I'm pretty sure the reason I wrote that's ridiculous is because they said for this one all the student had to do was write no. No, they don't have a dominant strategy. So if that happens and you get something that says explain, don't think, oh, well, I didn't need to explain in 2015 on that practice one. Explain it anyway. It can't hurt to have you explain. Next. Okay, so assume that Ataburger and beefsteak collude, both agreeing to choose the high price in order to maximize their joint profits at 23. So they didn't ask you, right? But if they both go high, that's the cooperative solution, right? That's the quadrant with the highest combined numbers, right? If such an agreement is not legally enforceable, legally binding, does Ataburger have an incentive to break the agreement? Explain. Okay, so we agreed to do this. Can Ataburger make themselves better, right? So Ataburger on the side thinks about their decisions top to bottom. Yes, they can. Again, here you gotta say 12 is more than 10, or else you don't get the point. All right? So yes, they have an incentive. Why do they have an incentive? Because 10 is less than 12, or 12 is greater than 10. However you want to do it. Here's the other one where we had a big problem. I don't know. It's my bad, I guess, but for not explaining it better. But it says instead of colluding, the firms simultaneously select their prices. So at the Nash equilibrium, what is the daily profits for each? Okay, so here's where I'm thinking maybe I went wrong or you went wrong or whatever. They're choosing independently, right? So this kind of goes back to the last one. Don't think about, well, this would be better for everybody. Yeah, we know what would be better for everybody. And yeah, if they could sit down and sign a contract, they'd go there. Or could, send out their thugs and, kill their Ataburger employees if they break from the cooperative equilibrium. But again, go with what the question says, right? There's nothing binding what's going to happen here. We already figured out that beefsteak doesn't have a dominant strategy, right? Because we said they go high, Ataburger goes high, beefsteak wants to go low. But if Ataburger goes low, beefsteak wants to go high. Did I say that right? Ataburger goes high, they want to go low. If Ataburger goes low, they want to go high. So if their decision changes, they don't have a dominant strategy. Well, then how can I have a double dominant Nash equilibrium? I think this is where I messed up. It doesn't, you can still have a Nash equilibrium without a double dominant strategy. So here's how that works. We know beefsteak doesn't have a dominant strategy, but we know Ataburger does, right? Because again, on the side, pull them apart, look up and down. 10 or 12, give me 12. 6 or 9, give me 9. They're always going to charge the high price. Well then, if I know that they're always going to charge the low price, I know that they're going to charge the low price. So if I'm beefsteak and I know that, right, then what do I want? If I know they're charging the low price, I go, I'm on top, pull them apart, and I'm looking at my options from 8 to 7, side to side. I'm on top, look side to side. I'd rather have 8 than 7. So this becomes your Nash equilibrium. And I'll go through all the can I make myself better things in a second, right? But that should be your answer, right? Ataburger is making 12. Beefsteak is making 8 in the Nash equilibrium. That's where they're going to end up because they have a dominant strategy and they don't But if they have a dominant strategy, they're going to do this, which means they're better off doing this. Okay? And then work yourself around, right? And make sure you don't have any other Nash equilibriums, because that's where I know I messed up, and I apologize. I don't think I ever said that you can have multiple Nash equilibriums. You could also not have any Nash equilibrium, and you could have equilibria. I think is how you would say it. Equilibria, whatever. You can have more than one Nash equilibrium. So we know it's here. So I just told you, right? But I would always say start, well, whatever you want to start, but work yourself around. So if I know that beefsteak is going to go high, can I make myself better as Ataburger? Yep, that one's out. Can't be my Nash equilibrium. Same thing here. If I know beefsteak is going to go low, can I make myself better as Ataburger? Again, I'm Ataburger. I pull them apart. I think up and down. Yes, I can. So that's out. Now I'm here. I'm going to assume that beefsteak is going low, right? If I'm assuming they're going low, these guys got a choice. They can go up or down. I'm down. Can I go up and make myself better? No, I can't. So this one's still in play. Now I assume that Ataburger is going with the low price. Okay? This guy's got a choice of side to side because he's on top. Can I make myself better? Yes, I can. So that's out, down to our final quadrant. If I'm assuming that beefsteak is going with the high price, okay, can Ataburger, who's on the side, so checks up and down, can he make himself better? No. Assuming that Ataburger is going with the low price, beefsteak has a choice of side to side. Can he make himself better? No, he can't. So that's our Nash equilibrium. Okay. So again, make sure you say that 14 is greater than 13, 12 is greater than 10, or however it is. Oh, don't make stuff up. A couple of you said for that last question that Ataburger is going to end up making 12 and beefsteak is going to end up making 14. That would be the best for both of them. Yeah, that'd be great if they could do that, but that's not a quadrant, right? You can only answer with the combinations. Whatever you answer there, right? Even, here's just a tip, even if you have absolutely no idea, you think Nash and you think of Steve Nash or Rick Nash or, I don't know, some other Nash. Make sure you answer that question with giving Ataburger 10 and 13, or 6 and 14, or 12 and 8, or 9 and 7. Otherwise, you can't possibly be right? It's got to be a combination that's in one of the quadrants. Okay? Okay, so I think that's good. Now for your quiz grades. I think this is going to be kind of interesting because some people went cooperative and some people didn't. So we'll see how this plays out. And 2 of you are taking 65s or 66s or whatever because you didn't play. And I put in the one for just to make it even, so there were even numbers. I put in the cooperative solution. How funny is that? I put in don't be cooperative. I put in the cooperative solution because I'm awesome. So whoever gets me should be happy. So student A and student B. Okay, and their choices were 100 or 95 and 100 and 95. And the payouts were both be greedy, both get the lowest score possible. Be greedy and the guy's not. You actually get paid off for your greediness. Other one doesn't. Same thing the other way. Greedy guy gets the extra points. And the cooperative solution is here. Even though it's not equal, it's still a cooperative solution because that's the highest combined total you can get on the board. So this was a tough one because there's no dominant strategy for either. Right? So let's talk about that for a second. There's no dominant strategy for either player. B, pull them apart. What do you want? You want 90 or 90? I don't know, 90's 90 and 90's 90. But if he goes low, the other guy, then I want to go high, right? As player A, again, pull them apart, look up and down, 90 90, 100 100, right? So, without any dominant strategy, you got to really think more about what are my teammates going to do? Can I play cooperatively, or is somebody going to, and we're going to end up here, is somebody going to shoot for that 100 and kind of stick it to me as the person getting 90. So our first player up, we'll make this player A. I'm going to get me a pen so I can write down your scores. Cheryl, congratulations. You're our first player A, and you went with 95. You're playing against Andrew, who went 100. So if Cheryl goes 95, Andrew goes 100, we end up here. Andrew paid off for you, kid. You got you 100. Cheryl, sorry you lost out. Your actual score is only going to be 90. It'll be okay. Don't worry. That's how it works. Marcus, we're going to make you player A. And Marcus went 95, playing cooperatively. And you got Scanlon, and so did Scanlon. So you both went 95. Well, I don't get any points anyway. You're lucky you were player A there, Marcus. You got your 100. As if you needed it. Connor, you're player A. And you went 95. You're going up against Ava, who also went 95 as the B. So Ava, you got exactly what you asked for. You got the 95. Who's this? Connor, you got your 100. You got rewarded for playing cooperatively. Congratulations. Justin played cooperatively. 95. He's going to be player A. Ryan also played cooperatively. He's going to be player B. Ryan, you got exactly what you wanted. Justin, you got 5 points extra for playing cooperatively. And you got your bonus question, Will Smith. Zubby played cooperatively, 95. Goes up against Anthony, who went and cheated or played non-cooperatively. So Anthony, you actually get exactly what you asked for. And Zubby lost 5 there and got 90. Juan played his chances and went with 100. He's going to be player A. Dimitri went 95. So that worked out for Juan. Look at that. And Dimitri ended up with a 90. There's 100. All right. And our final matchup goes with Kyle, who also went 100. We're going to make him student A. And John went with the cooperative solution of 95. So he's going to get the 90. Interesting stuff. Okay, so again, because there was no dominant solution for either player or dominant strategy, we had some interesting results there. Some people were willing to take the risk. And it worked out that just again, luck of the draw. Like I call and complain to your congressman or your governor. We did not actually have any double 100s, right? Just on the way it worked out. Okay, so those are your grades. Last thing, my shortest video. I want you to do me a Google Doc. I'm going to post in about 3 minutes, so we don't lose power again. The 2019, so last year's free response question number 3, which was a game theory question. Do you get it? They ask a lot of game theory questions. I'd make sure I was able to do this. So I'm going to post that. I want that done tonight, tomorrow morning, whatever. I know it's late in the day. I had a Google Meet with Rigo and Means and everybody. That took longer than expected, and like I said, I lost power, blah, blah, blah. These are me problems, right? So I'm going to shoot that 2019 question out to you. I want you to try that. I thought that was one of the trickier game theory questions I've seen. Again, remember, you can have more than one Nash equilibrium. And don't worry if the numbers to you are like, well, why would they do this if they're only making zero? Zero might be your best option. Okay, so again, try that. I'll decide on a due date and time sometime tomorrow because I do want to get moving. There's a lot of other stuff I got to grade and get caught up on. But I want you to do that on a Google Doc and then add to this. Add this to it, I should say. So what would happen? Shouldn't erase this all. If instead of the payouts that I gave you, I made these the payouts instead. Okay, so if instead of the thing I sent you the other day, if your payouts were both pick 100, get 100. Guy goes low, actually ends up with 105. Other guy ends up with a 90. Right? And then we flip that. And then we get if they both go low. And again, don't worry about, well, how come if he goes low and the other guy goes high, why does he end up with a better grade? Doesn't matter. I don't care. Advertising, not advertising, having this many nuclear missiles versus this many nuclear missiles, making this much vaccine versus that much vaccine, making this many orders of toilet paper. Doesn't matter. Just go with what's on there. Okay? And I want to know, and I'll put this on Classroom too if you don't catch it. I want to know both students' dominant strategies if they have one. Okay? I want to know the Nash equilibrium or equilibria if you think there's more than one. Okay? Or if you don't think there's any. There is no Nash equilibrium. And the competitive solution. Okay? So that's student A, student B, dominant strategy. Nash if there is one, or Nash's if there is one. And then the cooperative solution. Okay, and then I'm going to kick out to you the 2019 question number 3. It was worth 6 points. It's one of the tougher ones, I thought. Let's make sure we got this. Let's make sure we got this before we move on to the kink demand curve theory, because you're never going to see that on a part 2. And then we got to get to monopolistic competition, which is not that bad. But they could ask you to sketch it, and if they do, we want to be able to. So that's it. 28 minutes. All right, best so far. I will let you know as soon as this is uploaded. And yeah, I didn't give you much of an intro in the beginning of this one, but I know some families out there are being much more affected by the virus than just not being able to go to the restaurants they want to and have to stay inside and stuff. So I hope that's none of you. I haven't heard from any of you guys. If it's a good friend or whatever, it sucks that it's all happening. Stay healthy. I'm sorry if things are tough, and we'll get through it, man, because we don't have any other choice. All right, take care, guys. I really miss you, and please let me know if there's a specific thing that you're not getting or just want to ask me about. All right, take it easy.